Hey guys, hey. I want to come here as I promised and do some information on the don't get a spanking while you're in front of Facebook. I said sit it down and cut it out. Don't wait till I get on here. I'm extremely busy, alright? So I'm going to be really brief, and I'm going to go over the information. If I don't cover it all, you're going to have to YouTube it, okay? But I think I got you. Alright, so the ketone strips, a lot of people who are either I don't know if diabetics use it, but I know a lot of time people when they're doing keto diet or low carb diet, they like these strips. The purpose of what happens is when your body is in fat burning mode, it excretes ketones, right? The whole science behind it, I don't know. But when you're in fat burning mode, your body excretes ketones, and it can either be detected in two different ways. One through the blood or the other through your urine. And so these strips right here helps to detect if your urine has ketones in it. If your urine has ketones in it, that means that your body is in fat burning mode. And so when you look at this here, and I said that you can get this from any local drugstore. That's Walmart, that's CVS, that's Walgreens, that's any of those different stores you can get it. Hey sis. And so what does it mean? When you read it from negative to large, okay? Negative means you're not burning fat, okay? Not burning fat. All the way over, the darker it get, the more fat that you're burning. On average, most people, it's normally up in here is a good amount. Even trace is good, because that means you're burning some fat. So even a trace is good, but the darker it is, the better. But however, a lot of times, like this dark right here is very, very hard to achieve. And so if you're able to stay within small and moderate within your ketone urine level, you'll just sit it down, son. You'll be in good fat burning mode. And 9 times out of 10, between us doing the workouts, between you being in fat burning mode, that should really help you lose inches as well as get the scale moving. How do you use it? You don't keep the thing open. Close it up. I gotta go search on YouTube and see if I did a video before, but it's the same information I'm giving it now. And this is really common information. So if for some reason I don't go over something else, like you can YouTube it and get so much information on it, okay? And so these are the strips. It comes like this. I may have to go get me some new ones because mine is actually expired, okay? These are some that I had sitting around the house and they're actually expired, but I used it today anyway, which today I wasn't really expecting me to be inside ketosis because I just started. Like, it normally takes you a good 3, sometimes 4 days to get your body inside ketosis. How do you get in ketosis? You reduce your carbs. How do you reduce your carbs? You have to track what you eat. Make sure you're eating foods that don't have too many carbs in it. MyFitnessPal, Lose It are great apps that you can use to calculate your food daily so that you can stay on top. Different stuff works for different folks, okay? And so ideally, you can try and see if 50 to 100 carbs work for you, depending on what size you are. Maybe you might need 150 carbs. Like, it varies person to person. It's trial and error. So you'll say, okay, for 3 days, I'll do 75 carbs a day. And let me see, where does that get me when I test my urine every day? How do you know you're doing 75 carbs a day? Because you're tracking your food in one of those apps, okay? That's the only way that you're going to be able to know how many carbs you're getting if you're tracking your food. Does everybody in the group have to do this? No, this is optional. This is the help right here, Angel. This is the help. I'm going into all the detail that I can go in, okay? It's not hard, guys. It's not hard. I ask of you, when I put information out, to review the full videos, because I'm finding that I'm answering some questions and then people come back and they're like, what's this? And it's like, I answered it in that last video. So I try my best, and if you're new to learning me, I try my best to explain everything as thorough as possible to answer any question. I ain't even perfect, so sometimes I miss some stuff, and you can drop the questions there, but I ask if you can review it, because elsewise what happens is I get all the different inboxes, right? And so now I'm explaining to, and I'm just throwing names out there as examples, okay? So I'm explaining to Nevi, you do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, okay? And then right after Neji, who just jumped on? Kathy just jumped on. Then afterwards, Kathy say she say the same, she asked me the same question that Nevi just asked. And you go, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? And so that's why I come here and I do a video. And in the videos, I try to be as thorough as possible in the video. So to help, I need you guys to watch the videos. And that's why I try to keep them down, minimum, not too long. So that way you're not sitting here hearing me rant for an hour, right? Because we all got stuff to do. So get you the strips. You can get you the strips from any of your local stores. Anywhere I've seen some of the sisters been posting, anywhere. And then sometimes read the other comments as well, because sometimes someone else has already asked that question and either I or someone else in the group answered it. And so if you read all the comments, sometimes the answer that you're looking for is right there as well. And so you have the strips. It's between $8 about for the strips. You get a lot. I don't want to keep opening it because you're not supposed to keep them open too long, right? And I think it's 50 strips that came in here, so that's a lot of strips in there. How I like to do it is Party City and a lot of those stores has like those little shot cups, those little plastic throwaway shot cups that we be making jello shots with, right? And so I like to urinate in the cup, right? Same thing when you're taking urine at the doctor. You let the first little dripples go in the toilet, and then you use the urine cup, okay? And then you dip it in there. Some people say you dip it and you take it right out. I normally dip it and hold it for 5 seconds. Count for 5 seconds. Then you take it out, and then you have to measure it right away. This same instructions that I'm giving you is also on your bottle, all right? Thank you, Kathy. And so after you dip it, it's going to change a color. And you're going to put it up here. Now, that's the hard part, right? Because you be like, am I negative? Am I trace? Am I small? Like, it's to the eye, right? And so you would trace it and you would see where you are. If you find that you're up in here, that means, uh-oh, I need to cut back on some of the carbs that I'm eating, right? And so how are you going to know? You're going to use your app, your MyFitnessPal or your Loser app to watch what you're eating. When you get the app, and if there's questions that you have right now, like now is why I'm here live, is the perfect time to throw questions, okay? Because some of y'all do that sometimes too. Like, it will be all here, and then as soon as we end, you'll come inbox me the question. I'm like, that was a great question to ask inside of the group. That way, everybody who has the same question can get it. Like, I want us to have a loving environment to where we all feel comfortable together. So don't be afraid to drop your question here, because that same question that you have, somebody else probably have it too, and then everybody can get the answer. Okay. And I lost my thought. So you are, anybody know what I just said? The darker the better. The darker the better. But sometimes like way down here is like almost inevitable to get unless you're doing like way ketosis. Where do you buy it at? You can get it Walmart, CVS, Amazon. Someone even said they got it cheaper on Amazon. I was saying tracking your food. So everybody's body type is different. Everybody's size is different. But however, a general rule, when you go to the MyFitnessPal app, and that's a whole nother ballgame, right? But if you go on my YouTube page, it's so hard. Or if you just go on YouTube in general and you Google MyFitnessPal app, Loser app, like there's going to be some stuff that explains to you how to do it. If you go back inside our Fab Bird Sisters group, all this stuff that we're doing is stuff that I've done before, and I've done detailed videos on how to do this stuff. But in the MyFitnessPal app, or you go get those your grandkids and your cousins and so forth, those ones that's good with the computer savvy stuff, and they'll show you. But the Loser app, when you put your weight and all that stuff, when you set up your account and you put your weight and so forth, it's going to give you a set macronutrient count. It's going to give you a set macronutrient count. And I laugh because I know somebody is saying, what's a macronutrient? It's like it's so much information, guys. It's so much information. And again, I've done videos on exactly what are macronutrients as well. Like, we can be here forever talking about this stuff. Macronutrients are your breakdowns, your carbs, your proteins, your fats, so forth. It's going to give you a set breakdown. A lot of times it's like 30 for the carbs, 30 for the fats, and 40. It has to equal 140 for the protein. If this is going way over your head, go inside our Fab Bird Sisters group and type some of these words inside of the thing. Macro, Loser app. Type some of these things in there. I promise you'll find videos where I've been doing this for 3 years, guys, so where you see all the different information that's in there, okay? And the macros that they have set for you, use those first, right? Don't play with it. Use those first and see how does that work for your body type. Now, however, if it tells you you need like 200 carbs a day, I probably wouldn't go that high. I would probably start off 100, 150 up there. It's trial and error. It's trial and error, right? Because we got Chris on here, and Chris' body may do well with 100 carbs a day, you know, but Taronda might look at 100 carbs a day and her body is like, no, girlfriend. So everybody's body is different. So I can't. I think that's the hardest part when it comes to trying to help people with the weight loss journey, because sometimes everybody want specific to say you have to do it this way, this way, this way, this way, and you're going to get results. And it's just, everybody's body is different. Even your body, how your body reacts to what you're doing on the 1st of the month versus how your body reacts on the 30th of the month may be different. Maybe you came on your cycle around the 29th and you're craving so many different foods because your body needs extra protein or something because you're in your cycle. Like so much stuff is different. And so with this, it's all about being mindful of your body, trial and error, seeing how does your body react to different stuff, okay? And so keep that in mind when doing it. When you're posting your pictures and so forth, if you have questions and so forth, put them there. And anybody that's in the group, if we know, we're going to answer it. But try, when you have a question, try to see, okay, did somebody already ask the same question that I got, and see if it was answered there. Any other questions about this? I think I went over it all, but if while we're here, we'll give it another minute and see if there's something else that I left out. You throw this away afterwards. You read it right away. Like, don't sit it down and then walk off for an hour and come back, because it won't be accurate anymore. Best to do it in the morning time, right? You may have a different, I have an appointment that I promised her I would be available for. Lord Jesus, I forgot about that. Okay. You may have a different reading in the morning and the afternoon, but it's best to do it in the morning before you eat. Making sure you drink plenty of water. Because sometimes if you're dehydrated, you will get a false reading that you think you're in ketosis, but it's just that your urine is too concentrated. And so making sure that you're drinking a good amount of water. All right. Whenever I find that people, oh right, I just answered that. I think I just answered that. Perfect. Whenever I find that people have like the same common questions, I'll always come and do a video, okay? I'll come do a video so that way I can kind of hit everybody at the same time and answer the questions. So don't feel afraid to ask any questions that you have, asked them, but just kind of try to see was your questions answered already, like if I did a video and so forth. Okay? All right, guys, I love you so much. I think that's everything. If there's another question here, if you looked over the whole video and you found that your question still wasn't answered, drop it here, and then I'll come back and do an update. Inside the Fabworks Sisters, again, I would, if some of that went over your head, I would put, can someone drop in there for me, macronutrients? I will put macronutrients in the search bar, and then I will also put MyFitnessPal and Lose It in the search bar, okay? All right, guys, I love you so much. I am super tired. Like, if y'all knew how much stuff I've been doing today, like, and the phone just ringing, like the phone barely even, I barely even had time to even really eat. I had to ask my 11-year-old, I'm like, could you fix me something to eat, because I'm starving and I'm doing 1,001 times. The people that got their shirts, your shirts are here, so I have to get that set up for the post office to get there tomorrow. I haven't announced it yet, but I spoke about it briefly inside our Fabworks Sisters group that I was going after Platinum Black. I officially hit Platinum Black, which is a huge deal. It's a huge deal doing that. Yeah. And so it's been a lot. All right. So I love you so much. I look forward to, and then I have 2 business meetings coming up. And then after that, I look forward to relaxing for today and just like turning off and chilling, and then being here ready for our workout in the morning. All right. I missed the strip. I missed what the strip should look like. That. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Love you. Talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.